this week I'm going to be talking about the Rumpl blanket systems. Now, they've got all types of Puffy style blankets, the original Wilderness Puffy blanket here from Rumpl. They started as a Kickstarter and have grown into a really great company. Now, I've had this one, I've been using it for a while, and I wanted to share it with you because I think that everybody should have this as part of their camping gear in their stable of blankets. Let's walk through it. First off, you get a stuff sack, got a lot of little clips here for things, and of course pulley in and also a carabiner on it. So it's a nice stuff sack. They got all the right things on it, but let's get into the blanket. Now this is a one person, so it would fit me perfectly. Like if you go like that for when I'm covering up, it's perfect for a one person. They do have two person. This is the original one, the original Puffy, but then they also have down and they also have a Sherpa as well too. So, and now they're starting to get into like little lap ones that would be perfect for like if you're in a soccer stadium or a football stadium just to keep your legs warm. It is a very thin nylon. You do not want to get it near the fire at all. I had a spark actually come up and hit me and it kind of melted it. It didn't burn through, but it melted it because I got to it right away, but it will ruin it. So fire would ruin this. So it's very, very thin. It's baffled. I think you can see it on the black side. It's all baffled, so it holds everything in place so you don't get any of those cold spots. So it's a real thin material, and with the thin material, you need to have a good edge on it. So they have this really nice thick edge on it where it's not going to expand or rip or tear. Really like that. And then along here, they've got some loops on all four corners. So if you're a hammock person, you can put this underneath as an underquilt, which is kind of nice. But they also have these clips here, these two clips, which are the poncho clips. Okay, so let me pop it on here. Put it around you and then loop it through and clip it. And now you've got this kind of poncho style. And I've cooked this way, walked around camp. It's pretty nice. And of course, I just love this Native American print on the outside. If I wanted to keep it clean, like if I'm really messy, I can flip it the other side and have it black as well, so I don't get it really dirty. But this poncho style is just excellent for getting up in the morning, walking out on camp, and just staying cozy or sitting around the campfire. Just like I said though, don't get it too close to the campfire because it will burn or melt actually because it's a plastic style material. So one idea that I had was I really want to get one of the Sherpa styles and get the same size, so it'll be a one person, but I can lay them flat together and then hook them on these loops together so that it becomes one big sleep system. That way the Sherpa's against my body and then this one's on top of it and I get like that extra warm system. I got that kind of option to be able to do several layers, which is pretty cool. You know, after I met the company, I just kind of watched their social media, which is pretty awesome, and waited for a while. And then when I saw this print, I had to jump on it. But I wish I would have jumped earlier because they are really, really nice blankets to just have for going to a sporting event or camping. They're perfect for that. And they, you know, pack down really small. So I wish I would have jumped earlier. Stay nice and cozy. Take care.
Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the Easthills Outdoors camp blanket. One thing I don't have or didn't have until now is a double. So this is a pretty good size. It's 84 by 80. So this is mid-October and it's gotten into the 40s at night, but it's really not cold enough to thoroughly test this blanket yet. This is like really, really light. It's under 2 pounds and it's kind of big. They did include a couple camp straps. So in this case, I could put this on the bottom of my rucksack here from Campcraft. I could put it under the flap. So this has 3 features that really make it a great camp blanket. The sack that it comes in is one of those features. But if it wasn't for any of these 3 features, you would look at this and just think this is a down quilt from a really expensive store that somebody just has in their bedroom. It's that comfortable. I can't show you the quality like I would like to on this. It's not rough, it's not coarse at all. I've had nylon down coats that were kind of rough. That is not this blanket at all. So the color and the stitching is great. The blanket's not overly full and it really compresses tight. So that's kind of a good thing in my opinion. And I have had down in the past. I'm not an expert on down, but some of the more inexpensive down I've had, when you start feeling around the material, you'll feel like quills almost from the feathers. There's nothing with this. This is super, super fine. There is no sharp quills. There's nothing in here. There's no dead spots in the insulation. There's no pinholes where I've got feathers poking out. This is absolute top quality. So I showed you that bag already, and another feature, see you soon.
Welcome back to the Outdoor Gear, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. What I have here is a product from Get Out Gear. This is a down blanket. Now the form factor inside of this stuff sack looks rather strange. What does that look like to you? Comment down below. Can't wait to read the comments. Anyways, this is an ultralight summer blanket, and I've used this product in many different ways. For an example, I've used it in the back of my truck traveling across the country. I've used it backpacking, inside of a tent, inside of a bivvy. And the blanket itself is 77 inches long by 50 inches. The fabric material is a 20 denier ripstop, and the insulation is a 650 fill power down. It's an 80-20 blend of duck down and feathers. And the weight of the blanket and the storage bag comes to 1.1 pounds. You can see with the blanket itself, it's very thin. And you may be wondering, is it going to loft up any? And the answer is no, not really. This is a very thin blanket made for summertime use. I have the green version of this blanket, but there are many colors to choose from. You have black, blue, gray, green, orange. One important note to make, everyone, there are two versions of this blanket. There's a down insulation and there's also a synthetic version. I will talk about that version in just a moment. When it comes to mentionable features, there are a few that need to be touched upon. The company claims that this has been treated with a durable water repellent coating, so if it does get wet, the water beads off. I have found that not to be the case. If this has been treated, it was done so extremely lightly. I mean, you can see here when I pour water onto it, it actually soaks into the material. It doesn't bead up. You can see here where the material is wet. Yeah, there is no water repellent treatment done to this blanket. The one claim that is accurate are the snaps. You can see that you have snaps here and also over here. That's so that you could wear this as a poncho. As far as the temperature rating goes, the company claims 45 degrees. I have found that not to be accurate. Temperature rating of a product like this is very subjective because everyone's different. Some people run hot, some people run cold. Men tend to be warmer than women, and with that being the case, at 50 degrees, I was held back. So, take care, be well, strength and honor.
Today we're taking a peek at the Hound GR20 blanket. Now they also do offer a Trek blanket, which is a little bit lighter fill. This is a 1 pound 6 ounce down blanket. They also make a 1.1 ounce down blanket, a little bit lighter, not quite as warm, which I think they call their Trek blanket. That I do not have, but it's going to be very similar to this guy, just a little bit lighter in weight. The GR20 is a all-down blanket, kind of like a down sleeping bag, just a blanket version. It comes in a kind of a, almost a, what do you call a dry bag type setup, but it's not a dry bag. At least I don't think it is. But it's very, very similar in how it actually works. And it's a stuff sack. So we have the blanket itself, and then we have a separate stuff sack for your blanket. I will be extremely honest about this one. Now, first of all, Hound did send this to me to take a peek at to show you guys, but they are not purchasing my opinions on this. This is fully mine. I was looking forward to it mainly because it is a down sleep bag. It's going to feel a little bit different than like a synthetic bag that or blanket that I already have. So I was kind of looking forward to that. I really like down sleeping bags. I like the feel of them. I like the loft of them, and they're warm. My wife loves to steal this from me. I will be completely honest about it. My kids have tried to steal this from me. So I have two blankets, one synthetic, one down. When it gets a little bit cooler, this is the one that everybody tries to grab. It is extremely comfortable. Not only camping, but when we were actually watching. Thanks for watching, guys. This thing's awesome. We'll see you here on the next video, right here on Camp Geeks. See you soon.
Today's video, I'm going to talk about and that is my Arcturus camo wool blanket. So stick around. Right, so first things first, I've got the military gray version. This thing is a whopping 64 inches by 88 inches. It's massive, just under 5 pounds, 4.8 pounds to be exact. So this is a big, thick, heavy wool blanket that still rolls up nice and tight so that I can fit it underneath my my pack as a bedroll. And so far, I actually love this thing. I use it as much in the house as I do in the bush. This is now like Dad's blanket. You know, when we're home after an evening of snowshoeing, this is the baby I roll up on the couch with, and it's the same one that I take with me in the bush. So it's got some nice orange stitching all around the blanket. This blanket is 80% wool and 20% synthetic fibers. And I'm going to basically just pan back a bit, open this up, and I'll show you the size of this monster. So in regards to the size, okay, this thing is absolutely massive. So here we are.